Hey guys, how's it going?
Notification volume
Super Blind
0%.
Man here. Well, I wanted to put a video on because, quite frankly, I've been hearing some weird crap. Oh, is that thing picking me up? Well, I guess it sort of is. Anyway, I've just been hearing some stuff that I think I need to correct. I've made this video like 4 times now, and I keep rambling on, so I'm going to try to keep it as straightforward as I possibly can. And forgive the darkness. You're in my world. I didn't want to turn my lights on. Um, there's a lot of things that I keep seeing in the home theater industry that is kind of upsetting me, and I had to say something about. The most important is that you should put your money in one particular direction. I keep hearing that a lot. Oh, hi, kitty. Hey, don't bump my camera. Anyway, I keep hearing that a lot, and I don't like it. I don't like people saying things like that. I will be quite brief in saying that I believe if you spent enough money on one component and you're not spending enough money on everything else, then you probably shouldn't be trying to put a theater together. I'll just be 100% with you. I'm not trying to be rude, not trying to be mean. I'm just, I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm really debating all this. I get kind of worried about people saying, well, uh, I don't, uh, I don't care about wiring. I don't care about a power foundation. None of that stuff really matters to me. I'm certainly not going to spend the money on it. Now, there are people like that who just don't care. They'll hook their speakers up with lamp cord and they'll plug everything into a power strip and think that that's the way that you do things. Um, that's okay. Again, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but it is imperative that I tell you what is and isn't important. So let's go through it. Working on the 3 most important things that I'm going to talk about here. Now, some people talk about, don't spend your money on amplification, spend it on speakers. In that sense, I'm going to say that if you think that there isn't a difference between a Marantz and a Macintosh, as far as not just because of price, but physically with the power that comes through it and the signal that comes through it, then you are definitely wrong. Definitely wrong. Um, and I will say that 100%. If you buy yourself a Macintosh, you're going to love it. You know what I mean? There's just, yeah, and why? Why? Because that is a hand-built product from beginning to end. What people don't understand about a company like Macintosh, yeah, it might cost you a lot to buy you a receiver there that's 2-channel. They don't make surround sound receivers, certainly, but they do make surround sound amplifiers, preprocessors, things like that. So can you buy yourself a surround sound system there? Yes, you can. Um, and the most important thing to remember about this system is that the Macintosh factory is one building. Okay. One building. And raw materials come in one end and amplifiers leave out the other side. These guys are no joke. Everything in there is hand-built, handmade by hardworking American hands. So is there a difference between that and something slapped together in China? No, I'm not saying Marantz, makes things from China. No, not necessarily. All I am stating is that I believe, okay, get down, move it, move it. God, drive me nuts. Anyway, am I saying that? No. Marantz has come quite a ways in this last couple of years, and mostly they went back to Japan. That's a move I'm very proud of. I think they need to stick in that direction. I think it was a good idea, and I'm glad that they did, because it takes them back to their roots. But do they hand wind every resistor and capacitor and transformer and dip them in tar to make certain that there's no noise, and then sheathe them in, in aluminum casing so that there's no noise from other components and stuff like that. No, they don't. Right. So, is there a difference? Yes, there is. Anyone telling you that these amplifiers, all the amplifiers are the same, is an out-and-out idiot. I mean, no, they are not the same. Okay, so you do need to understand that. Is it up to you? Yeah, of course it is. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to tell you what's important. So, is there a difference between a Sony and a Macintosh? Yes, there is. The difference is tremendous, as far as sound quality and as far as build quality, quality in total, caliber in total. Yes, absolutely. So, but, moving on, what should you spend your money on? Let me be perfectly clear on that. Whatever you want. You know what I mean? If you're not an audio guy and you don't care about any of that, get a sound bar and get a TV and call it that. Right? If that's what you want. If that's what you want, go ahead. You know what I mean? Think about it. I mean, seriously. So, I think it's up to you. But if you are a person who is going to, you're this makes a difference to you, it's a big deal, and okay, we're camera. Anyway, if this makes a big deal to you and it is a huge issue and you do want to have high audio quality, well then buy yourself something that is good. If not, don't worry about it. Can you pair a Marantz up with your speakers and get great quality? Sure you can. Can you pair a Macintosh up with less expensive speakers like, say, Golden Ear Tech? Yes, of course you can. If you wanted better amplification, more impact, a deeper, truer sound, absolutely, duh, of course you can. Now, can you pair Macintosh up with something that it would blow, like a Bose or something like that? Why would you do that? I wouldn't do that. But it's not saying that it isn't possible. It's just to say that there wouldn't be a point. You'd probably blow it out, right? So keep that in mind. Now, wiring. Wiring is important. Anyone who tells you otherwise is I'm not going to say names or call them every name in the book. But yes, there's been lots of studies about that. But I can tell you that with these ears, with these amazing blind man's ears that have been tested to be capable of hearing well below and well above the audible hearing spectrum, I can tell you, yes, cables make a difference. Most of that I've noticed, the biggest factor that I have noticed in the specifications and in the numbers that was the reason why, was very likely resistance. Okay, so I'm just going to say that. Look for a lower resistance rate. If you see something with lower resistance, then it's going to work and it's better. But if you're going to buy super expensive cables and hook them up with lamp cord, you need to be shot. You will never hear those speakers at the kind of fidelity that you bought them for. You'll never hear it, not with a lamp cord. So just to throw that out there. Now, there are companies I will recommend because I've heard them and I know that they're good. Kimber Cable is a wonderful company that is not pseudoscience. It's not a bunch of mumbo-jumbo voodoo, anything like that. These guys are real, and they make real products. They are made right here in Utah, where I live. They're great, and this is a company that really makes some good stuff. You can go from affordable to something that is outright outrageous, but either way, you're going to get what you pay for. Some of their stuff, would I hook it up? No, not unless I had like a multiple tens of thousands of dollar theater. I don't think I would go with like TC cable. I don't think there's a point there. I would, however, go with WBT terminations because I believe in that. I think those are real and they work. They're great. WBT is a wonderful company that is concerned about the conservation of the electrical signal through and throughout. So I would go with Kimber Cable with the WBT connections. You don't have to go with the highest high of the cable line, but I would recommend the WBT connectors. Compression banana plug is really nice for a lot of modern speakers, and if you have banana plug, it's a good, strong, very, very good termination. So another one is transparent audio. Very affordable. Some of their speaker line is quite affordable. The Wave and Music Wave are well within reach, and very, very, very good cables. I mean, damn good cables. I'm not even going to say good. They are fabulous cables. They sound amazing. They really are worth the money, and I personally would recommend them. I've heard them. They made a huge difference. I sat and kept switching back and forth. I had the jumpers in place, so I wasn't bi-wiring, but I had speaker A and B on my receiver hooked up to my speakers, and I would change back and forth between Monster and the transparent, and I was hearing big differences, especially in bass, but mostly with clarity of fine, tiny little details. I was noticing a lot more things that were usually a little more shy and hidden and tucked away that would come out and present themselves very easily with the transparent cables. So they are a great company. Transparent Audio, if you haven't heard of them, look them up. They're great. They really are good. Moving on to power foundations. I'm going to state right off the bat that I don't believe in a power conditioner. However, I have heard PS Audio's Power Plant Premier in use and in action, and I can tell you it works. It honestly does. Let me explain first, obviously, a little something about why it works. Power conditioners take power from the wall, and like any other amplifier or whatever, okay, they take it from the wall and convert it to DC, but then they turn around and hand it out to your components. Most people aren't aware of that. Now that means that when you plug in your devices, what happens is they're trying to double convert AC to DC, right? Because that's what your components already do. Your components convert AC to DC. You may not be aware of that, but that's what they do, right? In order to perform, to do what they're doing, they have to convert AC to DC, okay? So this bleaches and wipes the sound out, and it doesn't sound very good, and it also doesn't help your TV very much. Now with power plant products from PS Audio, I'm not being paid to say this, but I am a walking advertisement for them. I love them, and I'll never get another thing again. The process is doubled over because you have it plugs into the wall, it grabs the power, converts to DC, does a little cleaning, and of course reinverts to AC. Now every time you do this process, okay, it's like folding a katana. You get a stronger, better sword, right? Okay, you get cleaner, more open sound because you remove more noise every time you go through this process, okay? So with a Power Plant Premier, you go through that process 2 entire times, right? So it's 4 transformations for basically, like I said, 2 conversions. So you go from AC to DC, AC goes out to your equipment, then your equipment takes that and converts to DC again. This lowers the total noise floor and creates better total harmonic distortion between components and inside of that component. So it's way better, way better. I highly recommend it. So I would go with them. Are these things important? Yes, they are. I'm sick and tired of hearing that people I keep saying, no, it's not important. There have been countless studies that, no, it's important. Trust me. I don't care how many studies there are. These people must not be able to hear very well. But I can tell you right now, I can hear pretty well. And I know the difference. And I'm telling you, I sat and listened to the differences, and they were obvious and vulgar. Not tucked in the background and not, just not able to hear. These were obvious differences, and I'm telling you, they make a difference. If someone's telling you otherwise, I don't know why they would do that, but I've seen that a lot recently. But don't spend your money on wires. Wires aren't worth nothing. Don't spend your money on, power conditioners. Power conditioners don't matter worth the crap. You can plug in, that is a lie. Okay, it is a lie. Now, power conditioners, yes. Power conditioners aren't worth the powder to blow them to hell. I'll be 100% with you on that one. Okay, I don't believe in them at all. However, AC regenerators, again, power plants from PS Audio, I do believe in them. And I have heard the difference. I used to have a Monster HT UPS 3700, I believe was the model number. And then when I switched to that power plant Premier, the difference was immediate. Very strange, the difference, but a very huge difference. The TV even was way better. Colors were more vivid. I know I can't see all that well, so you can't take my word on it, but that's okay. I completely understand. But with the Monster power conditioner, I just wasn't hearing, most especially, the dynamics at all. Like, it really robbed the total bandwidth of sound. So it is important. Anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to you. But anyway, I hope you found the video useful. Thank you so much for tuning in, and hit that subscribe button and like me. Why don't you, and then, of course, hit the bell. Then when a new thing comes out, you'll be able to hear and tune right in. So anyways, hey, you know what? I love you guys, and thank you so much for checking me out, and I'll talk to you later.
Stop.